What's up? Just got done working out, getting my Saturday workout in, and I wanted to share this experience that happened yesterday and why it's so significant. And there's a powerful lesson that came to me as this experience was going on. So anyways, here's what's happened. Yesterday, my wife, I could tell she was frustrated. My wife has just given birth to our son, who is about 3 weeks old now. And she's been in home, and my wife is used to working all the time. Like, she's just used to having a job, going and working the regular 9-to-5 job, and so being home and having this transition of being home all day and just staying home with our son has been really hard for her, because she feels like she's not doing enough, and she just doesn't feel like she's working very hard. So yesterday I noticed that she was a little bit frustrated, little sad and whatnot. So I asked her what was wrong, and this was her response. Is as she began to break down and cry, she just said, "I just don't feel like I'm enough for my two boys." So she's referring to me and our son. I said, well, why is that? And her next response was, "I just don't think I'm meeting everyone's expectations. I feel like everyone expects more from me." And as I sat there and I listened to my wife and I saw her cry, I had to ask her, well, what is it? What more do I need from you? And what are my expectations of you? And this is a funny question, because rather than give in and just say, no, you are enough, you are meeting all my expectations, the better question is what are they? And she couldn't answer them. She had no answer to these questions. So here's why this is so significant. Because oftentimes we do this to ourselves. Even as men, we do this to ourselves. Or we get caught into this trap where we start telling ourselves that we're not enough, that we're not meeting all the expectations that people have for us. And here's what I would have you consider, is that you are enough. You are enough. And the only expectations that you have should be on yourself. And just consider that you may not even need expectations. That expectations are really, they're nothing. They're not true. And what they do to us is that they begin to cripple us. They begin to limit us as we place these expectations onto ourselves. And that you don't need expectations. You just need to be enough. And the only person that can create that is yourself. You are the only person who can set up these expectations for you. You can only be enough for you. So, my friend, when it comes to your body, you are enough. You don't need expectations. If your body isn't where you feel like you want it to be, then change it. You don't need expectations. If you're unhappy with the way your body is, change it. Just change it. If you don't want it, do something different. If it's not producing the results that you want, change it. You are enough, and you don't need any more permission from God to be more, or a higher power. You don't need permission from anyone to live your purpose. That is all on you. That's a choice that you make daily. And with your marriage, you're enough. Your goddess knows that you are enough as who you are. You just need to choose to show up and be that person. See, oftentimes men don't feel like they're enough, and so what they do is they shut down even more rather than show up and just be enough. Because they start to self-pity and now I can't even think of the word, but they start to lose themselves in all of this, oh, I'm not enough, and they start to play the role of the victim when all they needed to do in the first place was just show up. Show up and be who your wife knows that you are, who your kids know that you are. And when it comes to your business, you're enough. You're enough to create it. You're enough to create what you want, to have what you want. You are enough to do whatever you want. You just have to choose it. You don't need these expectations. You just need to make a choice. So, when it comes down to it, when I told my wife, I don't have any expectations of her. She is enough. She just needs to choose to do what's going to make her happy. You need to do the same. You are enough. You don't have any expectations unless you want to place those on yourself and you want to live there. But what I have found is that the expectations never served me. They never gave me what I wanted. The only thing that gave me what I wanted is when I made the choice that I was enough and I made choices to get where I wanted to be in life. So, you are enough. Choose it today. I love you. Matt Johnson, the leader of the pack. I'm out.